Every person, sooner or later, faces moments when life seems unbearable. Storms come, losses strike, and the world feels heavy. It is in these moments that two great forces meet: philosophy and faith. Stoicism, born in the minds of great thinkers of ancient Greece and Rome, teaches us how to endure adversity with reason, discipline, and inner balance. Spirituality, rooted in the eternal connection with God, teaches us to endure through faith, surrender, and divine hope. When these two forces converge, something extraordinary happens. Inner strength. Inner strength is not about denying pain, it is about transcending it. It is not about being unshaken like a stone, but about being resilient like a tree that bends in the wind without breaking. Stoicism teaches us that external events are not under our control, but our reactions are. Spirituality teaches us that beyond our reactions, there is a divine hand guiding our path. To unite both is to learn how to face life not only with wisdom, but with faith. The Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, believed that life would inevitably bring suffering. The key was not to eliminate suffering, but to prepare the soul to withstand it. You have power over your mind, not outside events, wrote Marcus Aurelius. In other words, circumstances may escape you, but your mind is always in your hands. This teaching is liberating because it reminds us that even when everything collapses around us, there is a fortress inside us that no one can invade. But Stoicism alone, although powerful, can become cold. It teaches resilience, but not transcendence. It teaches control, but not surrender. This is where spirituality enters. Faith reminds us that we are not alone in our battles. While Stoicism says, endure what you cannot change, spirituality says, trust in the one who can change everything. The Stoic sees the storm and accepts it. The spiritual person sees the storm and also sees the God who commands the winds and sees together. They transform despair into inner strength. Consider a simple example. You lose something precious, a job, a relationship, a dream. Stoicism teaches you not to despair, because these external things were never truly yours, they belong to the flow of life, and to cling to them only increases suffering. Spirituality, on the other hand, teaches you to trust if something left. It is because God is preparing something better, something you cannot yet see. One wisdom teaches detachment, the other teaches faith. Together they keep you from falling into bitterness or hopelessness. Another crucial point is the control of emotions. The Stoic does not deny feelings, but refuses to be enslaved by them. Anger, fear, anxiety, all are natural but cannot dominate your choices. Spirituality complements this by transforming emotions through divine connection. Prayer calms anger. Faith dissolves fear. Hope heals anxiety. Where Stoicism teaches you to manage emotions, spirituality teaches you to purify them. Silence also becomes sacred when Stoicism and spirituality meet. The Stoic cultivates silence to observe reality without distortion. The spiritual person cultivates silence to hear God's voice. In both cases, silence is not emptiness, it is strength. In silence, you understand that not everything deserves your reaction. In silence, you understand that God's whisper is often louder than the world's noise. But perhaps the greatest encounter between Stoicism and spirituality is in the concept of purpose. Stoicism teaches that the goal of life is to live in harmony with reason and nature, fulfilling your role in the universe with dignity. Spirituality teaches that the goal of life is to fulfill the divine calling, to walk in alignment with God's will. When these two purposes meet, life gains an unshakable meaning. You no longer live for applause, possessions, or fleeting pleasures, you live for something eternal. This inner strength is what makes chosen ones unshakable. They do not collapse in the face of betrayal, loss, or failure, because they know that none of these external things define them. Their value is in their inner character, and their destiny is in God's hands. Stoicism teaches, do not be a slave to external things. Spirituality adds, be free in the truth of the Spirit. Together, they give birth to a freedom that no system, no enemy, no storm can destroy. The world today desperately needs this encounter. Many are drowning in anxiety, slaves to what they cannot control. Others are consumed by despair, unable to trust in anything greater. But those who cultivate Stoic discipline and spiritual faith walk like unshakable pillars. They face insults without hatred, losses without despair, and uncertainties without panic. Their strength does not come from themselves alone, but from the balance between wisdom and faith. To cultivate this inner strength, you need practices. From Stoicism, daily reflection, journaling, rehearsing adversities in your mind to strengthen resilience. From spirituality, prayer, meditation on sacred texts, and surrender in moments of trial. When you unite these practices, you create an armor for the soul strong enough to face pain, but flexible enough to remain open to love. The truth is that you will not be spared from storms. Life will test you, the world will hurt you, and people will disappoint you. But when Stoicism and spirituality meet within you, storms will no longer have the power to destroy you. You will feel the wind, but you will stand. You will see the rain, but you will not sink. You will be shaken, but never broken. Inner strength is the legacy of those who live in this encounter. A legacy of wisdom and faith, of discipline and surrender, of silence and prayer, of resilience and trust. This is the path that transforms ordinary human beings into extraordinary souls. So before the next challenge comes, remember this: you are stronger than you think, and you are never alone. Cultivate your mind with Stoic wisdom, cultivate your spirit with divine faith, and discover within yourself a fortress that no storm can touch. Motivation, where your awareness expands and your soul finds direction.